Good morning, friends. It is day 7 of Booktubeathon, the last day, and I'm outside right now because I'm letting my dog outside because we're getting ready to leave to go visit our family that's in town. Like, they're in the country from Denmark. They come every 1 or 2 years, sometimes in the summer, sometimes during Christmas time, but I haven't seen them in a while, so it's always nice to like catch up with them and see what they're up to. But it sucks because it's the last day of the readathon, and I'd like to make a dent in my book. I'm currently reading The Bell Jar, which is a book I've been looking forward to for a very long time. Last night I didn't really read much at all. Let's see, it has a whole bunch of stuff here in the back of the book. It has all of this stuff, and I flipped through that but didn't read any of it. But I did read the foreword by, I forget, by Francis McCullough. I don't know. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages. And it really talks about the publication process for this book. And then I read like a page of the actual story, maybe 2 pages of the actual story. So I only read about, like, let's just say 10 pages of this. So I doubt I'll finish it today, just because we're going to be over there for a very long time, and then Big Brother comes on tonight and stuff like that. But I'll keep you updated on my process and stuff like that. But at the end of this video, I'm going to do my wrap up of everything that I read and my thoughts and my ratings and all of that. So stay tuned at the end of this video, this vlog, to kind of update you on everything that I read, the challenges, and so forth. Okay, so I just got home from visiting family, and pretty much the whole day's gone. It is 4:21 p.m. and I just walked in the door. I took off my makeup because I had like an eyelash in my eye and I just wanted to get it off. Took out my earrings. Yeah, but I'm gonna try to like read for a little bit until I get sleepy or distracted with something else. Okay, friends, I am here with my Booktubeathon 2018 wrap-up portion of these vlogs. I know a lot of them weren't super exciting, but hopefully like you got some insight to my thoughts behind the books that I was able to read. And actually, I found a whole missing chunk when I was talking about one of the books that I read. I had just finished reading it and I was talking to you about it. And so when I get to that book, I will insert that footage for you and I'll discuss that. So I started out the readathon by reading my flipped coin book, which was I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. I ended up rating this story 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It really made me think, and it was just a very interesting way to start Booktubeathon. Again, I should say I picked some shorter books so it would help me, because I knew I was like leaving and then coming back from visiting my parents. That's what made Booktubeathon hard for me, plus getting ready for back to school. So it was just, usually I think it's like in July and not in August, and yeah, anyway, I did my best. Then I read the book that I wore this hat the entire time that I read it, and that was The Second Sex by Michael Robbins, and this is his poetry collection. Not for me, rated this 1 star, talked about this in the vlog, how it's like a mix of political, pop culture, and stuff that rhymes, and it just was so far, you know, out there. I did read some reviews on Goodreads how people really loved this and they thought it was super like great, but it just wasn't for me. But I would definitely say, you know, try it out. It's super short, so I read that. Then I read Read Bottom Up by Neil Shaw and Sky Chatham, and this is the book that on my day 3-4 vlog I started, you know, I was saying I was reading this, and then I just cut to the next day because I totally misplaced my chunk of once I finished this book talking to you guys about it. So I'm going to go ahead and insert that now. Update time. I just finished reading Read Bottom Up and I enjoyed it. It's a very different type of story than I usually read. It's told entirely in text message and emails, and it skips around month to month, like, and then it will say like a week later or a day later or the next day or something like that. I really did enjoy it. It is a very modern day romance story, and it has its ups and downs, which I think is realistic. It's hard to really rate, I would say, because there's no huge plot other than seeing a relationship kind of develop or not develop over a series of a few months. And what I didn't like about it is that at the end, it was kind of open-ended. You follow these two people, and well, really four people. You follow the guy and the girl, and you follow the girl's best friend and the guy's best friend, and they obviously share information about the relationships with their best friends, so you get that interaction as well. Well, it's not really interaction, it's texting and emails, which who emails that much anymore? I never email my friends. But yeah, so you're not really seeing them. Like if they go out on a date, you're not seeing the date. You're hearing the reaction to the date in email form, like if they email their best friend about the date, or they're talking to the person they went on a date with, like, type thing. So it's very interesting the way that it was written and stuff like that. Like I said, I read the author's note yesterday, so I liked the way that it was written. I liked the like overall story and like the realistic truth of the story, but it was just kind of open-ended at the end, and I think that I wanted to know a little bit more, because you do become invested in these characters because you're in their head so much. So I'm probably going to rate this story 3 or 4 stars, probably like a 3.5 rounded up to 4 stars. But yeah, I picked this up at the Dollar Tree and I got it for $1, and I read this for my book with green on the cover, so yay. What I'm going to say about this is that I really did enjoy this reading experience next to like this the most. Like, these were my favorite from the readathon. This one was just, I loved how it was written, and I loved like seeing inside someone's relationship. It was told completely through emails and text messages and all of that. So this was a really cool read. I think I rated this 3 stars. I'm filming on my phone, so I don't quite remember, but I believe I rated this 3 stars, but hopefully we'll tell you in that lost clip what I rated it. Then I picked up #GirlBoss. This is my book to movie adaptation. I'm going to watch this on Netflix if it's still available, especially now that I have finished the book. I am curious. This, maybe I rated this 4 stars, and then this 3 stars. This one took me, I think, 3 days to read, just because I did have a lot going on and I wasn't like super invested in the story. This is like a non-fiction book, so I kind of, you know, tackled that, even though that wasn't one of the challenges. It was one of my personal challenges to tackle something nonfiction this year, so yay, I did that. But yeah, so this was good. I don't think it was necessarily something that I can really necessarily take and use in my own personal life, but I'm glad I read it. I can't wait to watch the Netflix series, so there's that. And then I knew that was pretty much going to be it for the week, and I was right. But I did attempt to pick up the Bell Jar, which really didn't satisfy any of the challenges, other than it was going to be my 7th book. My other 2 books are sitting right over here that I never got to. So I never got to My Beautiful Spine. I never got to read about something that I want to do. So this is the one that I was the most interested in of those at the time. And I spent the majority of the first night flipping through the back here because it has just like a whole bunch of cool stuff. And then I read the foreword, and that was 10-ish pages, and then I'm on chapter 2, page 14. So I only read about maybe let's just say 25 pages of this, and that is where I am ending the readathon as far as reading goes. This year I would say that I planned poorly because I didn't realize, I thought it was a different time because, like I said, I usually think it's in July, but it kind of like ran, it was like the end of July and into August, and August is when I really start ramping up for back to school. Plus I went and visited my parents for 10 days, and I literally came back exhausted and with a million things to do and a million things on my mind, and I tried to jump into the readathon, and family was in town and my friends were wanting to hang out with me, so it just wasn't a great time, but I did the best that I possibly could with what I had. But that being said, I read when I could, and I didn't like stress myself out about it too much, but I did not do any of the video challenges. I did not do any of the Instagram challenges. Towards the beginning of the week, maybe the first 3 days, I would always check what the reading challenge was, or not the reading challenge. I would always check what the video challenge was and what the Instagram challenge was to see if like maybe I would get the motivation to do it, and I never did. So towards the end of the readathon, I just didn't even bother to check it. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun with that, because I know last year and the year before, last year I did the video challenges, and the year before I did the Instagram and the video challenges, and it was so much fun. It's just that it didn't work this year for me. But these are the books that I ended up reading. I will talk more about them in my respective wrap-ups. These I read in June, so I need to do my June wrap-up soon. And then these will be in my August wrap up, and this one I think I'm actually going to set it aside and maybe pick up something else. It's not that I'm not enjoying it, it's just really different than I thought it would be. So it's like a modern classic, and it feels like a modern classic. Of course, I'm only on chapter 2, so maybe I need to give it a little bit more. But anyway, I hope you all had a great Booktubeathon. I hope that next year I'm more motivated and I can plan a little bit better. But that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you're all having a lovely day, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!